Hey, what are you listening to?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Are you listening to the Jonas Brothers?
me? Me? You're asking if I was listening to the... You know me, Johnny. I listen to those Post Malones and Ariana Grandes and the Billie Eilish. You think I listen to the Jonas Brothers? You're crazy.
Oh, okay. So if you're not listening to the Jonas Brothers, why the heck is Nick Jonas on your background?
Well, obviously, he's the best out of all three brothers. Shit.
Gotcha.
Please, Johnny, this is not what it looks like. I'm begging
Be
you.
proud of who you are.
Peter, how did you get into my room?
I flew in through the window like a beautiful dove.
Who's this guy, the Lorax?
I am no Lorax, how dare you? But I do speak for the trees.
Speak for the trees, my ass.
Do you want me to shoot him?
Peter, can you stop with this violence? Every day with you. Yeah, I want to shoot him. I want to shoot. Can't we just stop? What about I want to kiss him? Or I want to lick him? Come on, Peter. You're better than that. You don't need to shoot Johnny. No matter how much of a piece of shit he is.
At least I ain't no loser who listens to the dang Jonas Brothers. Oh yeah, you got me good. Anybody got a towel? Don't want to bleed on my coat.
Well, anyway, let's move on. Hey person, it's me, that guy on the internet who you watch occasionally. You might not watch me at all. You might just see me now. Hey, is this your first time seeing my face? You should subscribe. Bruh. Now that we got past that point, let's do the video that we're gonna do. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm 24 years old, basically an old man when it comes to YouTube. And I started to notice something about my music taste and how I enjoy music. Now, obviously, when you mature yourself, so does your taste in music. You know, your music taste. You know, your music taste changes when you grow up, basically. Now, obviously, a 24-year-old guy like me ain't gonna enjoy a song from the Jonas Brothers. Or am I? Now, we all know the common trope that most music that people make is oriented toward kids or younger audiences. Well, there's a good reason for that. There's a little thing that happens in young teenage people's bodies, not specific. Young teenage bodies that's called hormones, or as I like to call them, sad boy hours, which basically makes getting attached to music on an emotional level a lot easier. Because you notice when you get older, you don't get super attached to as much music as you used to. Because when you're young, all those sad boy hours that are floating around in your bloodstream tend to really attach to music better than, say, a 40-year-old would. And not only that, but sad boy hours also make it easier to make a mark on you for the rest of your life. Do you guys ever notice songs that you just bop to when you were younger? You listen to now and you're like, what is wrong with me? Why did I enjoy that? However, you still bop to it. You're like, I mean, like, you know, I like this. Like, it's great. Like, I mean, obviously it's not a good song. Like now it's just like, this is stupid, but at the same time, I'm still bopping. Why do I enjoy this? That's something called nostalgia, or I like to call it sad boy remembering. I think we all know nostalgia. You know, Disney and big companies remaking movies and remaking different things to cash in on those sad boy hours that happened when we were younger listening to Jonas Brothers. Specifically, the Jonas Brothers. A quick little story about me when I was younger. Now, there's this thing that people do. I don't know if you guys did it in your schools, but when I was younger in grade school, there's a thing called headphone sharing or music sharing where, say you're listening on the bus, you're listening to your headphones. Like me personally, when I was younger, I always, no matter what, if I was on a bus going anywhere, I'm listening to music by myself. I don't talk to anyone because I didn't like people. But there was always that one person that came over and like, hey, I want to listen to music too. Can I borrow one of your headphones? And then they end up listening to the music that you're listening to, which was the problem. Because the main reason I listened to music was so I could get away from people. But not only do people want to sit next to me, but they want to listen to the music that I listen to, which, you know, the normal person isn't listening to. Because at that time, I was listening to bands like Asking Alexandria, Boys Like Girls, Mayday Parade, All Time Low, and Linkin Park. You know, all those great bands. And at that time, I was a young kid. I just thought that if people listened to that type of music, they were just weird. And automatically, if someone saw that you listened to that music, they're just gonna, you know, automatically call you weird. So I made a specific playlist so that anytime anyone ever came over and wanted to listen to some of my music, I just played that playlist. You know, just like pop stuff that people were listening to during that time. I don't know, Britney Spears. But the point I'm getting to here is that all that music that was on that old iPod that I wish I could find, I would probably be able to listen to now and be like, wow, this is terrible, but I can still bop. So this interesting phenomenon was bouncing around in my brain, so I made a tweet asking you guys, what music did you listen to that you now don't like, or that you hate now, or that you only like it because nostalgia type thing? Oh, here's a good one. Nightcore. That's a gray area. That's a very gray area for you. Now, Nightcore is one of those genres that, like, you don't know whether you consider it a genre because it's not, like, creative or, like, unique in it. It's just taking music and speeding it up. So, I don't know if that'll class. 129 people liked it, so a lot of people agree, I guess, that they used to listen to Nightcore and now that they hate it. Now, the main question is, can you still bop to Nightcore? If you used to like Nightcore, can you still bop to it?
Anime is shit, and Nightcore is shit. Take some time to listen to this. Please stop to think maybe you should call it quits.
Bionic Pig. You know, like, some things you shouldn't say, you know? Minecraft parodies? Oh, so you're like talking about like the legit, like not the kids screaming into the microphone Minecraft parodies? You mean like the actual Minecraft parodies? Okay. That's not what I was expecting, but hey, if you could still bop to that, more power to you. Oh, dubstep. Oh, yeah. I remember my like month-long obsession with dubstep. I even went to a Bass Nectar concert once. I was young. Okay, I just discovered what dubstep. It was around the time where Skrillex was big, and yes, I did enjoy Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. Is that what the song? Is that the song, like his big breakout song? That was like my first introduction to dubstep, was Skrillex, is that song. And the first time it came out, I bopped to it. Okay, to be fair, I probably can't bop to it now because it's been overplayed to all hell. But honestly, dubstep's not like music that you could emotionally attach to. It's just like, well, that sounds pretty cool. Hear that? It's like a woo. Woo! Ooh! You hear it? That's pretty sick. Blood on the Dance Floor.
Can we all take a quick second here to think about the fallen people who've at one time or another enjoyed one or more songs from a band called Blood on the Dance Floor? Let's all just take 1 second to have respect for those people who got through those hard times and made their lives better by not listening to that shitty band.
To be fair, I had a couple friends that were into Blood on the Dance Floor. That was a band. Black Veil Brides and Nightcore. Okay, all right. So Nightcore does seem to be a reoccurring thing here. Black Veil Brides, I've never listened to them, but I know of their infamy and their edginess, I should say. But you know, Black Veil Brides, a lot of kids I feel like were into Black Veil Brides. A lot of people I knew were into them. It's just one of those bands that like you listen to when you're young and then you realize, wow, this band's terrible, and then you move past it. It's just one of those bands. Maroon 5, oh bro, I had a couple bops for Maroon 5. You know, the She Will Be Loved. I had a couple bops for Maroon 5. Okay, so I'll pass that one. Yeah, I can still bop to some of their old songs. Don't get me wrong. Justin Bieber, oh. Dude, I had a friend in school who would, like, die for like, he genuinely would, anyone talk shit on Justin Bieber, he'd be like, he's good. Like, he's good. Don't say, like, honestly, he's really good. You just don't understand. Like, there's someone who genuinely stood up for Justin Bieber. And he was a guy. It's not like it was, like, a girl that was, like, a fan. It was a dude who's just like, he has a good voice. Respect him. So why do good girls like bad guys? Okay, I like Escape the Fate. I honestly would probably bop to 2 of their albums completely. But Falling in Reverse, they can die in a hole. But you know, Escape the Fate, yeah. Even their new singer I enjoyed it at the time when I was younger. But Rodney Radke can die in a hole. Why do good girls like bad guys? Imagine Dragons. Is Imagine Dragons like the new meme to hate them? I never liked Imagine Dragons. I think Radioactive is the only song I've ever heard from them. And apparently it's like a new thing that everyone just hates Imagine Dragons, but I don't know. I haven't listened to them, so I can't tell. New metal, yep. Me too. Me too, brother. I could list crap loads of new metal bands that I used to listen to that now I'm like, they are garbage. I would say new metal and pop punk are like were my big genres when I was younger. I was really big into pop punk for a while. I could go on and on about that. But new metal was like, it was like a small phase. There's some new metal bands I used to listen to, I'd probably listen to today and be like, wow, these guys are okay, I'd listen to this. But most of it is completely garbage. Anyone who thinks the lead singer of Pierce the Veil has a good voice can get out of my face and leave this channel. If you think that squealy motherfucker has a good voice. I am in One Direction, you're insecure. Don't know what for. Yeah, that's like the only song I've ever known from One Direction. But yeah, I've known a lot of people that really loved One Direction and don't like him anymore. Fall Out Boy and 21 Pilots. Now 21 Pilots, I've always just thought that they were an overrated band. That's just me. But like Fall Out Boy or Panic at the Disco or Paramore, they all kind of suffered from the same thing with me. Actually, Paramore's new album I listen to now, and honestly, it's really good. But apparently it was written by someone else. But that's not the point. Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco, they went pop. And a lot of people accuse them of selling out and stuff. I don't see it as selling out. I just see it as them going with the times. Like, honestly, some of Panic at the Disco's new stuff, I can jig with a little bit. But, you know, I could listen to Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco's old albums every day and enjoy them. Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens. Oh, the dirty duo. They're a dirty duo of terrible new metal bands, I guess you should say. Sleeping with Sirens, I never got into them. I've always hated his voice. Pierce the Veil, I got into him a little bit, and then his voice is the worst sounding thing in the world. I don't care who you are. If you genuinely like Pierce the Veil's lead singer, I've already said it. I've already even said it, and I'm already mad. No, his voice is so bad. I can't even, dude. But everyone, I think that's going to do it for this video. It was a fun video. I enjoyed seeing what you guys used to listen to and what you hate now. But if you guys want to, you could hop over to my second channel where I'm going to cover a song that I feel like it's probably one of my most, I guess, guilty pleasures of songs that I used to listen to when I was younger, but that I don't really think is a good song now. So that'll be up on the second channel in a little bit. Also, if you guys want to support my Patreon where I give producing tips and singing tips and, you know, just different music stuff, and I just talk to you guys on Patreon, please hop over to Patreon if you want to support the channel. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you all in the next one.